Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. What's going on? Welcome back to Football Therapy with me, your host Jan. Hope you do well, mate. I really do hope that. Welcome back to Chelsea News, the daily series here on Football Therapy where I see what's being said about Chelsea, giving you my opinion on it, but for what it's worth, more importantly, asking for yours. Wesley Fofana, Chelsea Football Club, 6-year deal. A wonderful, beautiful thing. Almost certainly overpaying, like Marco Correa, but great players, great additions. Ladies and gentlemen, it's done by all accounts. Final details being finalised, but a 6-year contract. We're going to reflect on this today, what's being said, talk about Wes Fofana, show you some nice stuff, and we're going to have a lovely time together. Please do drop a like on the video. You've been slacking, friends, and this is your opportunity to help me get over 3,000 likes. Just click the button, and that would be a really nice gesture of, or a signifying a gesture of thanks to me. You're welcome to subscribe, should you choose to do so. You know what you can do, man. Sing it with me, baby. You hit that sweet, sweet bell, baby. Naughty. Ornstein of The Athletic yesterday said, yes, Chelsea have reached an agreement with Leicester City, who, by the way, we play in a game of Premier League football this afternoon. At time of recording, this is Saturday morning. I'm recording this, so I'll do a match review. I'll do a post-match presser on that game shortly after full time. Ornstein, big old Orny, reporting that Chelsea have come to an agreement for Wesley Fofana. Fabrizio Romano tweeting this: Wesley Fofana has been key for this move. He only wanted to follow his dream and join Chelsea. It's finally set to be completed with Leicester after official bid submitted in the afternoon. Fofana will sign with Chelsea until June 2028. A 6-year deal, baby girl. Also, I'm not saying this is the case, but I would not be surprised if this is a 6+1 deal, like Chelsea are trying to lock down both Mason Mount and Reece James. Wesley Fofana represents that level of importance and talent. Leicester fans are pissed off across the social media planes. I get it. He didn't, he kind of Thibaut Courtois them. I get it. But at least in this scenario, Leicester are getting a crazy amount of money for him, and he wanted, and he was told that he would be sold if they got a crazy amount of money. So it's probably not as bad as Courtois in terms of not even turning up to training. But yeah, I understand why Leicester fans are pissed off, man. But you're getting so much money for him, and you needed to sell a player before you can acquire new transfers. So why not sell the one that would bring the most money? And by the way, doesn't want to be there anymore. This had to sort of happen. It is an everybody wins scenario. In terms of we get our player, overpay, you get loads of money, he gets his move. Granted, we should have done it earlier in the window, but that was probably largely down to Leicester being bullish. We're going to talk about his strengths in just a moment, because I checked that out on Who Scored, and that looks pretty naughty. Because I love Wesley Fofana. I've always maintained this. When he came, I'm not going to pretend I watched him at Saint Etienne, but when he came through at Leicester when they bought him, I was like, this kid is mustard. And I always maintained he would have been like my ideal signing, even when we weren't being linked with him. I was just talking that I'd love this player, and now we've already got him. I'm going to read an article from The Express by Charlie Parker Turner. Chelsea agree record Wesley Fofana transfer as Thomas Tuchel finally lands top target. Chelsea have verbally agreed to seal the Leicester City defender Wesley Fofana. So this is interesting because it's not a world record fee up front by all accounts. What we're seeing is, but the add-ons, it's reported, or at least at this point speculated, that the add-ons take it into a world record transfer. Chelsea have reportedly reached this verbal agreement with Leicester City defender Wes Fofana, who's been pushing for a move to Stamford Bridge. The Blues have already seen 3 bids rejected for the Frenchman, though are said to have now made a breakthrough involving a world record fee for the central defender. It's going to be a lot of money. Hold on. We'll talk a little bit more in just a moment. Let's read some more. The Blues have been desperate to sign another central defender this summer, following the arrival of Kalidou Koulibaly from Napoli. Tuchel has also welcomed Marc Cucurella into his defensive ranks, though he is predominantly a wingback. Though, ladies and gentlemen, pause, I can see a day in not so long where you will see Ben Chilwell left wingback, Marc Cucurella at left centre-back, Kalidou Koulibaly at centre-back, and then Wesley Fofana at right centre-back, and Reece James. Obviously, Thiago Silva's still amazing, but there'll be a time, I think, where you might see that, because, of course, Thiago Silva is going to be 38 years old. After the failed pursuits of Jules Koundé, Matthijs de Ligt absolutely was a failed transfer. Amongst others, attention turned to Fofana, thank God, because I love him, who has impressed at Leicester City over the past season. The Foxes have been reluctant to part ways with the 21-year-old, though RMC Sport report that a verbal agreement has now been reached. Well, lots of people have reported that. So whenever David Ornstein reports it of The Athletic, he seems the most reliable. Like, he's top boy. Certainly this transfer window, you know, throughout the sanctions and the club sale, it was Ben Jacobs. He seemed to have a really close in. But in terms of transfers, Ornstein gets in there before Fabrizio Romano. Now, I'm not one of these people who says Romano's a tap-in merchant. I don't think he is at all. But yeah, Ornstein, top of the tree for me at the moment. Leicester were not willing to let Fofana go for a fee less than £80 million. So the deal is set to be a world record for a centre-back. Oh, see, I just didn't want that for the kid. He's got that Harry Maguire thing. Harry Maguire, by the way, Harry Maguire will be absolutely loving this. He's like, what? I'm not the most expensive defender in the world anymore. I can just go back to focusing on my game. Although he's on the bench now, bless him, so... Anyway, the defender was hoping to secure his move to Stamford Bridge this summer. After it emerged, the Blues were interested. Of course, Fofana, been pictured in like Chelsea kits, was a kid. They were emerging, and he was doing everything he can to sort of wiggle his way down to Stamford Bridge. Fofana has not been training with the Leicester first team recently, being moved to the under-23s until the saga was resolved. The player also submitted a transfer request, as well as hitting about his desire to join Chelsea on social media. Yeah, really laying it on thick there, but fair play, sometimes you got to. Tuchel, too, has been vocal about how he believes his side needs several new signings through the door before the transfer window closes, and he will certainly be elated that a deal has been reached for Fofana following the weeks of negotiations. The player is set to pen a 6-year deal. Nice, lovely. Like, hopefully, 6+1, because I think he'll be such an amazing player for a long time. Personally, fingers crossed. The Blues are also edging closer for a deal for Barcelona forward Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, with the club keen to address their lack of a number 9 following the departures of Lukaku and Werner. Though despite the positive transfer activity, Tuchel is looking forward to the summer window closing and working with a definite group of players, he explained. He said this: "I love the group. We speak a lot about the transfer window, but the good thing about the transfer window is when it closes, you know this is your group. No more distraction or distraction and focus." Also, from the players that struggle with the decisions, where do I go? Should I go? What do I have to offer? What's my role? On September the 1st, things are clear. This will give us a boost to build a strong squad and group and atmosphere, atmosphere within the group that carries us. That's true. If you've got anyone that like wants to get out and they're thinking about it, it's toxic, man. So when the window closes, everyone focuses forward. Everyone looks forward. No more silliness. No more 3-0 losses to Leeds. Please. Oh, God, please. Mate. Raheem Sterling. Kalidou Koulibaly, Marc Cucurella, Wesley Fofana. 1, 2, 3, 4 elite first teamers. You've got the super youngsters, that Russian kid that, I've immediately forgotten his name. Cesare Cassidy, Carney Chukwuemeka, Amari Hutchison, Gaga Slanina. Bang, 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 bang. Loads of youngsters coming through as well. And absolving ourselves of the astronomical wages of Romelu Lukaku and Timo Werner. Getting Hakim Ziyech probably out the door to probably Ajax to replace Anthony. Maybe getting that Callum Hudson-Odoi loan over the line to Bayer Leverkusen, excuse me. I said it, apparently I've been saying that wrong. Emerson got a sale to West Ham. Malang Sarr's got his loan to Monaco. things are going well. Everything is coming up Millhouse. But let's talk about Wesley Fofana a little bit more. I want to show you his strengths from whoscored.com. Bing! Notice the green. And notice no yellow or red. Notice no weaknesses. The young 21-year-old French international is a special player. His strengths are ball interceptions, very, very strong. Aerial duels, I don't think he's that tall, but that's good to see. He's good in the air. He's really good at passing, tackling. He concentrates, which is really important, actually, when you're playing in a team like Chelsea. We have a lot of ball and you got to not basically drop. But look, man, don't drop concentration in Premier League football. That's a good start, innit? Do you know what I mean? So Wesley Fofana's style of play, indirect set piece threat. Ooh, likes to play short passes, tiki-taka, tiki-taka. Likes to dribble, lovely stuff. Likes to tackle, even better. Commits fouls often. What? And it's just a funny thing, like style of play. I mean, I guess that kind of like what style of play is not strengths or weaknesses. Because okay, right. Commits fouls often. Does that mean like, is that put in like a good way? Like he's, in the Casemiro, Fernandinho, kind of way, like knows when to stick a foul in. Hopefully doesn't get booked often. Hopefully doesn't commit fouls often in his own penalty area. But still, whichever way you look at this, from whichever angle, this is very, very positive, mate. And I feel good. I feel good. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. I just realised, there you go. Look, man, I am feeling good about this. It's a great signing. You know me, I wanted this signing over the line. I do worry for him with a price tag, but YOLO! I do feel like there's something going on at Chelsea where they're throwing up. We look genuinely to break. I mean, I did a video about it a few days ago, a couple of weeks ago, whatever, about how we look genuinely like we're going to break the transfer record held by Real Madrid. And maybe that's because it's new ownership. They've been absolved of debt. They know there's some wiggle room right now in terms of financial fair play, but perhaps they can only do it now. So they're like, right, we'll replace the first teamers, but we're going to buy a second team that age 21 and younger, and really take advantage of this scenario. I'm not reporting that's the case. I'm fully speculating here. It's important to offer that disclaimer. And it's fun. I mean, we want to see wins. The transfers don't mean sugar if you don't get wins. I mean, Chelsea could still buy Anthony Gordon. I mean, think about how exciting that would be. Sorry, I am just being silly. This kid's really talented. Tuchel wants him superb. Back him all the way. But I mean, it's not the sexiest signing in the world. But why? Whatever. Whatever. Chelsea could just still sign him for 60 million. Who knows? Frankie de Jong might end up in a Chelsea shirt for all we know. At the end of the season, I mean, the transfer window, beginning of the season. Let me know what you think. Comment down below, man. Thank you for dropping likes and interacting and commenting and sharing. Subscribe if you're new, only if you want to. Should you choose to do so, hit the sweet, sweet bell, baby. Yeah, man. Thank you for joining me. I'm gassed. Can't wait to see your opinions. Keep it locked. See you very soon. Peace.